Welcome back to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Last time the reason we're at Kaminko's Manor is we fixed one of his past mistakes. And now Kaminko has learned from his mistakes, like a certain black powder merchant. But this time, we have one final thing to attend to, and it is one thing that's actually going to make me pretty sad. Because it's the last appearance of a beloved character. So, something that I forgot to mention when we were here during the other quest is that Rhydon is now able to be purified. No, something that I forgot to mention is that the first time you enter Gaten Port after catching 82 out of 83 Shadow Pokemon. So if your Shadow Pokemon here says 82, the first time you enter Gaten Port after that, the Miror B radar goes off. This happened for me during my Battle CD montage, so I'll show the quick footage now. And if we check the Miror B radar, Miror B seems to be at Gaten Port. He will not move from this place. So, where is he? Well, there's only one place here that we haven't really checked since first coming here, and that's the lighthouse. Miror B awaits us at the top of the lighthouse, and there he will challenge us one last time. If you've checked the Shadow Pokemon list, you'll already know what Pokemon he has. If you remember back from earlier dialogue, you might also know what Pokemon he has, because Thieves got away with the last Pokemon created in the Cypher Key lair before we shut it down. Those thieves? Well, here they are. Here he is with his Ludicolos putting on a show for all of Gaten Port. I never thought I'd see the words gyrate in a Pokemon game. Well, technically I've only taken 2 Pokemon from you. You take even more if you fail to snag Shadow Pokemon over the course of the game. You're probably expected to have battled Miror B a lot more than I actually did in this playthrough, but, well, at least I battled him one more time than you're forced to, because I lost him once in Relgam Tower. And I mentioned this before, but this is a remix of Miror B's battle theme from Colosseum. So, let's go and challenge him to one last dance-off. You can't tell, but I'm head bobbing along with this music. It's just, I can't resist it. This song is amazing. I love this song. Like, while I personally might not be the biggest fan of Miror B compared to a lot of other people, I still think this song is amazing. It's really great. And I really wish you got a chance to hear it more. I just realized Fish Slayer is going to get Giga Drained if I keep him in, so I'm going to switch out. No, I'm going to save Ricky for later. I'm going to go for... How about... No, let's go for Orson, because they're going to set up the raid immediately. So, Miror B is pretty much back to the way he was when we first fought him in Colosseum. All Ludicolos apart from a Shadow Pokemon. So that is kind of a nice callback. Please don't go for Lyra. Of course you would. Actually, why did I go for Thunderbolt? I should be going for Psychic, because Thunderbolt is not super effective against you, because Grass resists Electric. And he still loves Rain like always. His Ludicolos have a mix of Rain Dish and Swift Swim, I believe, like in Colosseum. So let's go for Psychic on you. As you can see, he has a full team of 6 too, so that's 5 Ludicolos and 1 Shadow Pokemon. Also, his levels are pretty insanely high, but if you've reached this point, well, actually, you can battle him before doing the Ore Colosseum quest. So you could battle him before you've grinded up to 60, and if you do that, you're probably in for a big surprise. Please don't double Hydro Pump Orson, that'd be terrible, but you're probably going to do that anyway. Of course you double Hydro Pumped Orson. I was hoping that Orson, our first snag Pokemon, would get some action in the final Shadow Pokemon fight, but double targeting. That's a thing. I don't even want to go for Icy Wind here, because there's no way I'm outspeeding them even with their speed down, because this is Swift Swim after all. Right, Lyra would have traced Swift Swim, wouldn't she? I'm sure she would have traced Swift Swim. Trace can be a really good ability sometimes. It means sometimes it can be useful. Of course you would crit KO Lyra the moment that I am exalting her virtues of Swift Swim tracing. Still, this music is amazing. Not really gonna lie about that. Okay, this should hopefully be one Ludicolo down. Yep, there goes one of them. Rain Dance boosted Hydro Pumps are no joke. In fact, my team is kind of weak to water overall, because the one Pokemon I have... Well, actually, I do have Ricky, but Ricky's not exactly that good against water types. But yeah, my main water type to resist water. If you've got a Vaporeon, this fight is incredibly easy, but... Well, I mean, they could Giga Drain you. But, yeah. Fistlayer is not that much of a water resist because of the fact that her defenses are terrible. I finally called her a her this time. Yep, there's Giga Drain, and that's probably going to be a... No, it's not a 1 KO. But you're probably going to go for a second Giga Drain. Yes, you are! You're all about double targeting this fight, aren't you? That's probably going to put me out of Shadow Ball KO range. Let's see. Let's see how much this does. Oh, except I went for the healthy one. Because I was expecting to crunch the other one. Alright, now, Ricky is resistant to most... They probably have Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure that some of them have Ice Beam, so... Ricky might actually be in trouble. I don't know which one I should Sky Uppercut. I guess this could weaken the two of them, let's see. Waterfall. Well, that's not Ice Beam. I forget if Waterfall can flinch in this game. I don't think it can, actually. See, Rain Boost and Hydro Pump hurts a lot, even if it's not very effective. Good thing that didn't miss, and that is another Ludicolo down. Next up, we have another Ludicolo! I think this is the most Ludicolos Mirror B ever has. At the very least, it's tied for the most. I think Rain's going to go away soon, so that speed drop might really help me. Yep, there goes Rain. It's still great seeing as Ludicolo's dancing alongside him. Okay. These two Ludicolos, then one more Ludicolo than the Shadow Pokemon. Okay, then let's, I'll take that one out, and then I'll heal, just because they're gonna go for Rain Dance this turn, probably, but... I did go ahead and buy more Hyper Potions. I mean, I could give someone the Lucky Egg, but I don't like my team's levels being uneven. And that goes for any RPG I play. I like to keep everyone's levels as even as possible. Believe me, that was the exact opposite of how I played Pokemon when I was younger, but now I just like to keep everyone evenly levels. And here comes another one! That should be his last Ludicolo, though. So the next one that goes down will be replaced by a Shadow Pokemon, and this Shadow Pokemon has Shadow Storm, so I feel like I'm going to need to revive someone. I'll go for that one, and then I'll go for a revive, because I do have Lavertine left, but Lavertine might not be that great. You know, I might even be able to try out Lyra's new Hypnosis on a Shadow Pokemon for the first time. Well, at least you're tanking that decently well, but if you double target... Okay, well, some of you have Ice moves, but it wasn't Ice Beam. And that's more like an Ice... hold your arms out than an Ice Punch. It's a pretty weird animation. Didn't think that would KO, but I can still Mach Punch you next turn. I really don't know why you Ice Punched the one not weak to Ice, but oh well. Let's not False Swipe. Let's Mach Punch you, and I'm gonna go and heal Skaha in preparation for the Shadow Pokemon coming out. That would have been better last turn, but I'll take that. And here it is, it's Dragonite, the final Shadow Pokemon. And ironically, this thing's actually stronger than Shadow Lugia. It's level 55. And it's got a full assortment of 4 Shadow moves, so this could actually be pretty tricky. Thankfully, Dragonite's not going to benefit very much from Rain Dance. Yeah, see, level 55, also 55 plus. You might have forgotten, because I haven't mentioned it since the very beginning of the game, but Shadow Pokemon, while they're owned by the AI, have very slight stat boosts. That's what the plus is for. This sometimes makes it hard to calculate exact stats if you're trying to reset for IVs, but that's advanced stuff that I'm not really concerning myself with much at this point. Please don't hit Ricky. Thank you. Okay, guess I'm not going to be showing off Lyra's new Hypnosis because the Dragonite is now paralyzed. I actually really like Dragonite's portrait near its health bar. It looks so angry there, but it is pretty cool. Now let's see if I can finish off this Ludicolo. No, not Sunspore, obviously. Sky Uppercut, that should finish off Ludicolo, and don't want anything, like any unexpected surprises to happen. I am glad that we're seeing Hydro Pump this much, though, because I love how Hydro Pump looks in this game, and I actually think it looks a lot better than it does in the newer 3D games. Actually, a lot of animations in XD look better than in the 3DS games. There are still some really great animations in the 3DS games. In particular, okay, something that I did see when I was grinding in Mount Battle, I really want to record more of Mount Battle and actually show this, because I wasn't recording at the time that I saw this happen, but Bounce. I haven't got a chance to show this yet, but Bounce's animation in XD and in Colosseum is probably one of the most hilariously awful animations in all of Pokemon. It is so terrible, but it's really hilarious. It has to be seen to be believed, what they did with Bounce. Oh, I can still Helping Hand with Leviatine. Just thinking for a second, why did I switch out the one where I was Helping Hand, but Leviatine can still do that. But yeah, I don't want to spoil what Bounce looks like in this game for those who don't know, but I really want to see if I can catch that on camera at some point, because it is the stupidest looking animation you will ever see in your life. Wow, nice one. Crit, Helping Hands, False Swipe. Wow, okay, I am getting massive paralysis luck here. This is kind of karma for my first attempt at catching Shadow Lugia, I guess. But yeah, if you have not seen Bounce in this game, you're in for a treat when I do finally show that. It looks so stupid. I forget if it looked any better in Battle Revolution, but it was... Here, it's something very special. Something very, very special, let's just say. Don't really need this, but I don't want Ricky to faint in... You know, Ricky was my catcher throughout this whole playthrough, so I really want Ricky to have his last hurrah here. Because this is the last time... Well, wow! I'm really speechless at the luck that I've had with paralysis here. That's insane. Guess they really want me to catch this thing. And after this... Well, my Pokeballs aren't actually useless, because I still have Wild Pokemon. Can't really do much with Leviatine's turn here. This is also kind of sad, because if this does work, that's no more Miror B for the rest of the game. 1, 2, 3. Shadow Dragonite get the last one. Dragonite is definitely a more fitting final Shadow Pokemon than Togetic in Colosseum was. It's a Dragon Flying type with great stats all round and access to Dragon Dance. Here's the slight hitch though. Dragonite in Gen 3 is kind of outclassed by Salamence and to a lesser extent Flygon. And guess what's already in this game as a Shadow Pokemon? Salamence has the same typing, access to Dragon Dance, better offensive stats, and most crucially better speed, and a better ability. And the two main claims to fame Dragonite has over Salamence, Multiscale and Extreme Speed, it doesn't have access to in Gen 3. So if you are going to be using Dragonite, you do want to make sure you play to the things that it does have over Salamence. And these are greater bulk and access to more support moves. So for its starting moveset, Dragonite has an assortment of pretty good shadow moves, but on Purification it regains Dragon Dance and Earthquake, which is nice, Hyper Beam, which I'm never a big fan of, and Heal Bell. This is one thing where I can say that the Shadow Dragonite is definitely better than the Shadow Salamence. It has a far better XD exclusive move. In fact, before Heal Bell became a move tutor and ruined this, Heal Bell Dragonite was one of the best Pokemon you could get out of XD as far as exclusives go. With its bulk, it can use this move very well, and it also means that Dragonite itself doesn't need to worry too much about being burned or paralyzed while trying to sweep. For level up moves, the one that I'd recommend getting by the move relearner is Thunder Wave. This is one of the biggest things that Dragonite has over Salamence. Dragonite also has a bit bigger of a TM move pool than Salamence does. It having, well, less stubby arms means that it can use punching moves like Focus Punch, but it also has access to some interesting special options like Ice Beam. In most cases, Ice Beam will hit opposing dragons harder than Dragon Claw or Outrage would. For tutor moves, Body Slam can be nice if you want to be more offensive while still keeping the paralysis support slightly. Substitute has great synergy with Dragon Dance, especially in Aura Colosseum, and Icy Wind is another good option that Dragonite has over Salamence, especially in doubles. So overall, if you want a purely offensive Dragon Dancer, Salamence is probably the better option. But if you want one that has a bit more bulk, and more access to supportive moves, Dragonite has you covered. And that is all 83. And with that, the last dance is over. Disco is finally dead. I still wish the music was playing here, though. So it was Cypher's last Shadow Pokemon. And he runs away. Surprised they're still dancing after I completely destroyed them in that battle. And there they go. I like how the Ludicolo is a part of this scene too. And here is one of the most tragic parts of this entire game. The Miror radar is gone. Destroyed. We can never battle Miror B again. That's the end. But it's not the end for Miror B himself. There is one last thing that I can show. If we go down here, and I don't know if you have to leave the city and then come back in order to see this, but if we go to the Krabby Club, and I think I'll just cut until I'm there. Yep. Miror B has found a new calling. And so ends the story of Miror B. While we're here, there's one more thing that I wanted to say. I was thinking a while back about Team Rainbow Rocket and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I think you all know where I'm going with this. I was thinking about whether they should have included someone from Coliseum or XD. I was thinking, what about Evice? Or, I don't know, Greevil's not really as popular of a villain. And then it just suddenly hit me. I really think that if the fans would have wanted anyone from Coliseum or XD to be in Team Rainbow Rocket, it would have been Miror B. And can you imagine how amazing that would have been? I know that for some reason Game Freak just doesn't like to acknowledge the ORAG games. I guess they weren't technically made by them, they were Genius Sonority, but they are pretty much officially still part of the canon. I mean, they can trade with the main series games. But it would have been pretty great to see Miror B as part of Team Rainbow Rocket. I have no idea what kind of alternate world he would have come from, but it would have been awesome. Though they probably would have had to have created a Mega Ludicolo or Mega Bouffalant for him to use. It would have been pretty great to see him using Bouffalant. But those are my thoughts at the end of Miror B's personal storyline. And with that, no need to kill the mood here, but I want to do one more thing. Now that I've healed, I want to do one more thing. I was talking about this in the last part, but Phoenix Stadium. Now, this is completely irrelevant to any kind of post-game quest at all, but it's something that I want to show because it's a really weird detail, and I have no idea why they programmed it this way. Or, well, not so much programmed, more like just designed it this way. If we go to Phoenix Stadium, now, this trainer shows up at any point after defeating Snaddle there for the first time, I think. But they have this very weird thing to them. So let's go to Phoenix Stadium and show you what I'm talking about. Oh, also, I'll move Orson to the front of my party because he didn't really get to do much in the last fight, neither did Fish Slayer, so they can take this one. So, if we go into Phoenix Stadium, there's a cool trainer in here. If we say yes, we can battle in the Abandoned Stadium. Cool trainer Equine. Now, this is kind of a weird fight for one particular reason. She has a Sneasel and a Grumpig. And they're at level 50. This is only if you do this fight during the post-game. All of the Pokemon will be 50, but you can battle her either during the main story or during the post-game. And her team and her levels are slightly different. Well, not slightly, the levels are very different. But her team is different. I think the Grumpig is a Spoink. And her levels are 28 or 26, not 50. But, whether you battle her during the main story or in the post-game, you can only ever fight her once. So, you have a choice of which team of hers to fight, and once you've made your choice, you can't ever fight the other one. So it's either fight her now, or fight her during the main story, with much lower level Pokemon. If you'd fainted to that, I would have been pretty mad, but thankfully you didn't. Actually, here's one of the cases where Brick Break would have done more than Return, because it's 4 times super effective. Okay, surely Fish Slayer is not going to get outsped by a Spinder. Good. This isn't a rare Coliseum, after all. Please don't take out Fish... Thank you. Would have been really embarrassing if you did. But yeah, just a random battle with all level 50s. Not really that much to talk about here, but I do think it's a pretty weird touch, the fact that you can battle this trainer either during the main story or the post-game, and whichever one you choose to do, you can only ever fight her once, and her team is different. And And, yeah, there is no reward for doing that. It's just a random, kind of almost like an Easter egg trainer battle that not a lot of people might know about. Speaking of random battles, I want to see if Ryder Willy is up for a rematch. Yeah, I'm totally padding out the length of this episode, but, this is almost the end of our adventures in Aurea, so might as well try and fight Ryder Willy again. Yes, we actually can fight him again! We don't even get a choice either. And this song again. I love this song. What a lot of people have actually said regarding the differences between Colosseum and XD, some people have said that one of the few things Colosseum has over XD is music. Not to say that XD's music is bad, but there are some battle themes in Colosseum that are amazing that XD doesn't really have. But thankfully this song from Colosseum is still present in XD. Well, Ricky could totally cheese this fight, but let's give Lyra a shot. Lyra didn't do so well against Mirror B. Feels kind of emotional to be bookending my journey through Aurea like this. And that's useless, except in Generation 5 and on, but even then you don't see pick up activate during battle very much. If that freezes... Okay, good. Iron Tail Pikachu. Which apparently Pikachu can't learn anymore as of Gen 7, which is pretty bizarre because... as much as it's not a particularly good move, it's kind of one of the moves Pikachu is most associated with in the anime, so I'm really surprised they'd remove Pikachu's access to the move. Still more Linoons. It's just like Mirror B with Ludicolos. Guess I can just break one of them just for the heck of it. I think he had a Doduo at one point, or a Dodrio. Don't know if he's gone back to all Linoons this time. I've said it before, but I still really like Linoon, and I have since found out that they finally made Extreme Speed an egg move for it! Yes! So my dream of Extreme Speed, Gluttony, Belly Drum, Linoons, I can still do that now. Probably should train one of those up sometime. Like, I know it's not the best Pokemon in the world, but it's pretty cool. Like, for an early game rodent, it's probably one of the better ones. Ironically, B-Barrel's probably the best, because it can actually do some pretty good things with... Actually, yeah, it's all Linoons. No Dodrio here. But it can actually do some pretty good things with, You know what? Actually, no, let's give you a chance at least. I was thinking that I'd just let Awesome finish this due to being my first core Pokemon, but wanted to give you a chance to try and hit through the accuracy drop. But yeah, with Simple, B-Barrel, yeah. I may or may not have swept Cynthia in black and white like that. And Unaware's not bad either. Then there's Moody. And still saying the same thing. With that done, there is one, well actually two last things that I want to do. Now, I really don't plan on showing all of Mount Battle this time, but I do want to at least fight the Mount Battle Master, if only to show a weird translation inconsistency between this game and Colosseum. But also, the Mount Battle Master in this game is actually pretty brutal. His levels are in the 70s, so I don't know if this team can really handle it. Might as well heal before I go in. I won't be doing that in this part, though. There is a special reward for Mount Battle that I'll be discussing in the next part. I don't think I'll actually be doing that on camera, since I already showed all 100 areas of Mount Battle in Colosseum's Battle Mode, and I really don't want to do a full run of Mount Battle on camera again. But I'll be talking about it at least. Let me just quickly check, because I've got a lot of battle points thanks to grinding in Mount Battle, so I can get a few things. Okay, no, Lumberries aren't a prize here, but we can get the Pinch Berries. Though I may want to get a Choice Man, too. Though, given that I have a pretty decent Marowak, I probably don't need the Choice Band. Anyway, next time, I'll be discussing the final reward from Mount Battle. Hi there. You're getting kind of close. I'll be discussing the final reward for Mount Battle, fighting the Mount Battle Master, and then I'll be fighting Greevil again, just to show how his team changes when you snag all of his Shadow Pokemon. So, that will be the last post-game part, and after that, it'll be time for the Battle CDs. I've been looking forward to doing those, so hopefully they'll be fun. See you then.